BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hey, good morning and welcome to another episode of Open. It's the show, the only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. We've got a full, informative show lined up for you. This morning, first up, our Monday morning highlights. We'll recap this past weekend in the Bronx and beyond. And leading off, we'll catch up with our resident nutritionist, Fiorella DeCarla. She's here to share some secrets. She has a brand new book out. I'm going to tell you, she's going to come and share it with us. The Thin New You. It's serving more than 300 students annually. The New York Institute for Special Education recently awarded kids an athletic achievement. And now a few Institute members will reflect on the exciting evening, that wonderful celebration that they had. They'll be right here. After that, he's a Puerto Rican Republican who loves hip-hop, while she's a Jewish liberal who taps her feet to Barbra Streisand. But they've joined forces to create a unique show called No Offense, But I'm Just Saying. Anthony Martinez and Ellen Ramore will tell us how they made that odd couple pairing work. And finally, we head our Music Monday stage to the deep, raw sounds of Armageddon. So stay tuned, all this and more headed your way, because we are now officially open. And welcome back, everybody. Good morning. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. Today is Monday, June 6, 2000. We're like 6 months into the new year. We've got a great show lined up for you, and we kick things off with our Monday morning highlights. Let's check it out.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on.
First up, this weekend saw a reduction in the number of firearms brandished in the Bronx as the NYPD held a gun buyback program. Police reported 354 firearms given up in exchange for bank cards worth up to about $600. Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. was pleased with the success of the program, stating that any day that you get an Uzi off the street of the Bronx is a good day. And next up, this past Saturday, the first ever East Harlem International Film Festival hosted a short feature shot in the Bronx and other locations in New York City. The film Conscientious Objector was written, directed by, and starred in by native New Yorker, real-life veteran J.W. Cortez. Based on actual events, the short tackles the issues of war in our modern age and its effects on the soldiers who fight. For more information on the film, visit and check out J-Dub's interview from this past Friday on right here on BronxNet. And finally, Bronx residents were lifting their glasses and toasting as a new Bronx-based beer company, Wow, was recently launched. And the Jonas Bronick Beer Company, named for the 17th century settler who gave the borough its name, recently opened up in the Bronx. It's a nice company founded by Steve Nallen, whose family roots go back about 6 generations. So it's Steve Deep Six, something like that. They see the opportunity to present this as a home, commenting that Brooklyn had its spotlight for about 10 to 15 years, but there's a lot going on right here in the Boogie Down Bronx. And I think people are ready for something just like this. That's what he says. Those are your Monday morning highlights. But before we go to break, let's check out what our resident DJ Kool Clyde in the house. DJ, how was your weekend?
Brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
It's good. You're always looking well, man. Well, there's a lot of things going on in the news. I had a very good weekend, as always. And let's talk about, this is, I believe, Black History Music Month. It's very important. Also, I believe this month, I believe around June 19th, is Black Independence Day. That's something that I definitely want to recognize and let people be aware of that. Also, we wasn't here last week, and we was going to try to do something on Gil Scott-Heron. You know, the passing of him. Shout out to Kanye West. He came out to the funeral at Riverside Church. So a lot of people attended that, and I think I got a record here that I'm going to play, and I'm also waiting for our Pastor David Jenkins to give me a record by Gil Scott-Heron, and he also had a song, a movement, Our Revolution Won't Be Televised. So I think Gil Scott is a hip-hop pioneer, rapper legend, even though he may not really want to accept that title, but we must give it up to him. And there are a lot of other things that are going on in the world today. So this is one of the things I wanted to bring up. And also all the people that came out to Summer Jam yesterday, you know, had a good time. I wasn't actually there, but I was behind the scenes broadcasting it from the station yesterday. So we covered that. So that was a good thing. You know, so other than that, that was great.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much. They have something out called they have a documentary. And it's from the Bedford-Stuyvesant Volunteer Ambulance Corps. You saw them here one day. They were doing the demonstrations on CPR and all that stuff. They're going to come back. They had that documentary. Yeah, but they now they're international. They're the ones. They were first responders out there in Haiti and other places. But they have a documentary out there documenting some of the works that they've been doing over the years. And that film was out, and it made the Brooklyn Film Festival, and they're going to come here to display some of their stuff too.
That's important. Do they have a website or something?
Yeah, it's probably the Bronx BSA AR, Bedford-Stuyvesant Volunteer Ambulance Corps. All right. Thanks, Cool Clyde.
Thank you so much.
All righty. We'll take a break right here, but nutritionist Fiorello DeCarlo, she'll get us in our bathing suit. They said bathing suit ready. All right, we're going to check that out. And we got her latest fitness book we're going to talk about. But first, a new art exhibit recently opened attempting to bridge the cultures of native Puerto Rico with the Bronx. Let's take a look.
Across, and the whole concept is to bridge the island of Puerto Rico with the island of Manhattan and the Bronx, so that we can transcend those boundaries and sort of reflect on the real meaning of being Puerto Rican, which is a feeling.
My father was the inspiration for me to take up photography. You know, but before that, you know, I was involved in the student movement and struggles as an activist, and I wanted to use photography for those ends. While the neighborhoods are going through transformation and all of a sudden El Barrio becomes Soha, we become invisible. So it's a recorded history that we were here and we created something.
To quote Chuck D from Public Enemy, a photograph never lies. And you know, another one is a photograph is worth 1,000 words. And to me, it just captures a moment in time. And with my photography, I like to just capture a moment. And if I'm able to transport somebody into time by looking at my photographs, I think I've done something.
Me and Joe lived in the same community. Me and Joe didn't meet each other until last year. And we were literally taking photographs of the same places. And we must have been missing each other by days. So that was kind of how loose the community was back then.
I mean, the Bronx continues to be a vital place that attracts people that are aspirational, people that want to get ahead. We have so many immigrants from so many places. The neighborhoods have been rebuilt in places that have been devastated. There is still great need. And I think that's one of the things that people have to acknowledge, that there is still great economic disparity in our city, and that these types of issues need to be addressed. And maybe, you know, a younger generation of photographers can address that also. I would just encourage young photographers to shoot every day. Don't leave the house without a camera, ever. I have one here.
If you seriously want to pursue photography, it has to be that you you pursue something that really speaks to you.
I don't care if you're Puerto Rican, Black, Dominican, Jewish, this, that, and the other. If you love your culture, if you love documenting your culture, you know, my thing is, instead of picking up a gun, pick up a camera. Tomorrow's not promised to us. All we have is today.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. Just in time for summer, our next guest has arrived to share some secrets from her latest work. 30 days to a thin, new you. Please welcome back to the show our resident nutritionist, Fiorella DeCarla. We welcome you. You always have some very exciting and interesting tips for us.
Thank you.
And, to get our wonderful people in shape.
Put ourselves together. The summer's here. The summer's here, so we have to, pull ourselves together.
Yeah, so what do we do?
Okay,
we're going to talk about the book, but
yes.
Give us some tips on how to start, because a lot of people don't know how to start. They just go at it and just go crazy. But you can't, if you haven't done it in a long time, you just can't go crazy right off the bat.
Right. You have to take it slow. But one of the ideas and the concepts in the book is the fact that, the diet mentality sometimes hinders you rather than helps you.
Yeah.
And what happens is you get into this cycle of, I need to be on a diet, I need to lose weight, I need to deprive myself of this, and this, and then you don't, handle the diet properly, then you fall off the wagon, and you start all over again, and you feel guilty, and you just overeat. So the idea,
you get wrapped up in that New York schedule. Oh, I got it. And sometimes it just throws you off.
Yeah, and you just don't have time. So the best thing to do is and you should really just kind of change your viewpoint about the way you perceive food. And food should not be something that you go to for emotional reasons, but you should look at it as nourishing, as a medicinal value of the food for the vitamins and the nutrients. So the first thing I would say is, and I always say this when I come here, you really need to reduce the amount of refined carbohydrates in your diet. I mean, you really don't need it. Americans do not need the amount of refined carbohydrates in their diet. They're not expending enough energy to take in that much, that much calorie.
And that doesn't mean stop eating a lot of the things that you like.
Right.
But just everything in moderation.
In moderation, smaller
just
portions.
Say, Thursday or Friday, I'm going to go for that special dish that I like.
Right. Exactly. And if you are having carbohydrates, the best thing you need to do is you need to take in whole grains versus the white carbohydrates. And that will help you because it'll increase your nutrient intake and it'll make you feel fuller for longer because the other white carbohydrates will just keep you more hungry and, dip in your energy levels. So it really doesn't help. So first and foremost, try to eliminate as much as possible.
White carbohydrate?
Yes.
Such as,
well, first of all, refined sugars and processed food. A lot of people drink their calories. They drink tons of juices and sodas a day, and if you add up all those calories, it takes in most of the calories you need in a day. The other thing I would say, the tip number 2, would be to add lean protein to every meal. So now lean protein will keep you full for longer. It increases muscle mass, and it doesn't, and a lot of it doesn't have a lot of fat in it too. It's also the way you cook your food too. But if you add it at every meal, and when I say lean protein, it doesn't mean just meat or chicken. It also includes dairy products, low-fat dairy, low-fat yogurt. Just if you could include it at every meal, that will really get your metabolism moving.
You didn't tell me you were working on a new book.
Well, it's a little secret. It's a little secret. Yeah.
30 days to a thin new you.
Yes. So all of these tips are in there. One of the others is to add, and my favorite word is fiber. You want to also add that at every meal.
Yeah.
If you do about 5 to 10 grams of fiber per meal, I think that would be perfect for you because
you won't get stuck.
Right. You won't get stuck. You won't get stuck.
Constipated.
Right, and you feel very full. You can hold off for your next meal, so there's not a lot of snacking in between. And also, fiber means fruits and vegetables, and that means a lot of more vitamins and nutrients and everything else. So I would say 5 to 10 grams of fiber per meal. Aim for that.
What's the most thing that people ask you about in trying to stay healthy, or just maybe one of your fantastic tips?
I think that people they get a little obsessed with counting calories. How many calories do I need? How much do I need to take in? And most often, there's a lot of misinformation out there. If you read the nutrition labels of food, it says, well, these are the amounts of calories in this particular box of whatever, and based on 2,500 calorie diet. Now, 2,500 calorie diet, who really needs that? Most people need a lot less than that, so they're getting miscommunication and misinformation from, sources where they should normally trust. So things like that. But I would like to promote not counting so many calories, but just looking at food as a whole.
So leave the scale alone.
Leave the scale alone. Don't get obsessed with it, because if you do, you just feel guilty and you just feel terrible. And you know, particularly for women who eat emotionally a lot, they go to food for comfort and they're looking at the scale. And you know, throughout the month they have different, you know, water weight is, you know, depend just because biologically, exactly, and that has nothing to do with actual weight that you've gained. It's just water weight, and but people freak out and they, you know, they overeat sometimes to compensate. It's very interesting the way they react to it. And the other thing too is that people don't realize it's not just, you know, the amount of food that you eat. Like for example, one of the things in the book that I write about is increasing your sleep and decreasing the amount of alcohol you take, which kind of go hand in hand.
Good idea.
Because what happens with alcohol, it's not just the extra calories that you take in from the fruity drinks like pina coladas and, you know, apple martinis and things with extra calories. It's the actual ethanol in the alcohol itself that disrupts your metabolism. So what it does, it doesn't allow your liver to function properly. So instead of metabolizing the nutrients, the fat, the carbohydrates, and your stomach too, what it does, it puts everything on hold so that the liver can metabolize the alcohol first.
Yeah. So if you just drink maybe one drink, or this is somebody who drinks maybe every day, or
right, every day. Because if you do it every day and to excess, and you know it's summertime, people like to go out and people like to have their drink, but you know you do have to understand that there is added calories, and it does impede on the metabolism of all the other nutrients too. So it does. And then what does it do? Alcohol, we know, makes you sleepy at first, and then it keeps you up at night, disrupts your sleeping patterns. And then what happens with disrupted sleeping patterns? Your hormones go out of whack and your metabolism is off again and you overeat. So it's this cycle. Yeah.
And this is all from alcohol. It just disrupts everything. Right?
Yeah. And again, you know, I'm not saying completely take it off the table, but, you know, let's go in moderation, I would say.
A glass of wine here. You know, some Jack Daniels on the rocks every night.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You look great. You jumping jacks the whole nine exercise?
I was just going to say something about jumping jacks. You read my mind.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it is. Well, this one, I want to say, you know, people get turned off by exercise because they feel like they have to be like an hour in the gym, and really that's not necessary. I like to promote like 20-minute spurts of exercise. And this is a thing that everyone could do. Forget the gym. Forget spending money on memberships. Gyms are going to hate me now. But what you can do is take the 20 minutes out of your day and run really, really fast for a minute, walk for 30 seconds, do 50 jumping jacks, and do that for 20 minutes, and you're done. Because it's short circuit, it's plyometric, which means that you're jumping and you're using your entire body and it's toning all at once. And you're doing it in 20 minutes. Who can't do 20 minutes? Do it on your lunch break. Do it in the morning. Do it in the evening.
You mean to tell me I just can't watch the NBA finals and just think about jumping and everything? And
watch it and jump.
Can it be in my mind? I want to jump just like him.
You're going to have to get up. You have to get up. That's the thing. You have to get up. Yeah, get up and do it. But it's only 20 minutes. More than that, I mean, you can't have any excuses after that for just 20 minutes. So
takes it. And how about walking?
Walking is great. Any opportunity you have for walk. Okay, you live in Manhattan or the Bronx or anywhere in New York City, you can count the blocks. 20 blocks is
mile.
Exactly, and that's 20 minutes. And if so, you want to run, jog it. It's perfect. You know, get out 2 stops before you have to get off to your stop from work and walk the rest of the time. You do that twice a day, you'll see a difference.
And you will be able to get into a bikini and bathing suit.
Yes. You'll do it. It'll happen.
What about, well, we spoke about foods, we spoke about exercising.
Yes.
And we spoke about sleeping, which is very, very important. A lot of people don't get enough sleep.
Yes.
But if you put all those things together, you can really make it happen for you.
Yeah, you know, it's a whole...
And it takes a little time,
It takes time, and, you know, just like everything else, schedule it. You know, you schedule, you know, your busy lifestyles and everything. Schedule that, too. Schedule your workout time, you know, 20 minutes here and there. Put it in your planner. You know, keep track of everything, you know, and look at food again. Look at it as medicinal to nourish your body rather than going through it to comfort you.
Right. But, well, and a lot of people also eat for taste.
Yes.
Instead of nutrition.
Right. Right. Well, you know, some people are also, their taste buds are kind of geared towards salty, creamy, and crunchy, you know, so they, and fat. But the thing is that healthy food can give you all those things too. You know, you can get the crunch, you can get the saltiness, you can get the creaminess from healthy foods. You just need to, and in my book, you'll have different types of recipes for, you know, things that you can do and change, tweak a little here and there, so that you don't have to eliminate the things that you love, but you can just alter them a bit so they're more healthy for you.
Wait a minute, you have a little cookbook in here too? Let me find out.
Some recipes, yeah. So it's kind of all in there. So you know, it'll help you out if you just, you know, and also for eating out and dining out, so you don't have to ruin your, you know, your eating habits when you go out.
And plus, you know, you want to stay in a lot of times. You save money.
You do save money.
Go out every now and then.
Right.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everything in moderation. Money,
so
calories.
we can get this book where?
You can go to Amazon.com. It's an ebook. You can download it right away. And, you know, it offers you great tips. And please, you know, anyone can offer me feedback if there's something specific that they would like to know about that I can address in the future. That would be great, too.
There you go.
You can follow me on Twitter on Fit with Fiorella. Also, daily nutrition tips, you know, straight to your phone or straight to your email. You know where to find me.
Let's do some jumping jacks.
Okay.
Fit with Fiorella. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, be sure to pick up her book, copy of the book, 30 Days. 30 days, say it, 30 days. To a thin new you. To a thin new you. 30 days to a thin new you. You can get it on Amazon.com or download it. You know, you download it to your Kindle also. Yes. All right. We got to take a quick break. Thank you so much. We got to take a quick break, and next we'll learn how one school in the Bronx has been bettering the lives of special needs students for over 180 years. That's coming up next, right after the break.
See that black boy over there running scared. His old man got a problem, and it's a bad one. He ain't done gone up damn near everything. His old woman waiting for bottom. And don't you think it's a crime when time after time?
I'm Sonia Richards of the 2008 U.S. Track and Field Team. I'm here with our friends from Jane and the Dragon to say
the amount counts, so keep portions under control.
When you're on the go, there's nothing better than a healthy snack to give you a boost. But remember, portions count too.
I love fast food, fruit that is. It's the perfect size and great to eat on the fly.
You've got the idea. For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
I just want us to take 5 seconds to look at those individuals to my left and to my right. You're looking at the future. These are students of Jonathan Levin High School in the Bronx. They are products of the Bronx, and they receive the media, the communication, the resources, the equipment, the tools, the knowledge, all that has been given from BronxNet last year. We had an opportunity in which some of our students were able to become interns at BronxNet. It was an invaluable opportunity. Some of those students today are in Syracuse University, Newhouse School of Communications, which is one of the best communication schools in the United States. They gained that internship, which is priceless, through BronxNet. Sometimes it's not always about the present or yesterday, but it is about the future, and we represent the future, and we need the services, the internship, the process, the resources, the equipment, and the love that BronxNet offers to our students.
Voice your support to keep the channels open and strong. Online, visit bronxnet.org and click on Support Public Access Television and sign a letter to your local representatives.
Our voices will be heard to keep the channels open and stay Bronx strong.
There's a principle in economics called the multiplier.
There's people living at the bottom. Listen to me. See that sister, her shop was fine.
And welcome back to Open Everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your #1 station for R&B. You know, since 1831, the New York Institute for Special Education has offered a solution for those youngsters with special needs in our borough and surrounding areas. A fixture of the school has been its commitment to physical education. We are joined now by Coach Jack Coogee, as well as student Felix Castro. We welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Felix, tell us a little bit about the school for special education.
I have nothing but good to say about the school. I've been in this school nearly all my life since kindergarten. And it's really motivated me to keep going in life and not to give up and quit. And, you know, the teachers here are very motivating. They push you until you get better and better and better. And the same thing with the coaches. They're, you know, if you don't give up on them, they're not going to give up on you. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've learned through my 6 years in the sporting program here at the Institute.
And Coach Jack Kuji, he really works you out, huh?
Yes.
Does he make you sore when you go home at night?
I get sore, but I know it's for a good reason, and I end up doing well in tournaments. So,
Coach, you've been around for a while, and you know how well it has helped a lot of the youngsters in our community. Tell us about it.
Well, most of our kids don't get they can't go to Little League. They can't play soccer. They can't play, you know. Mm-hmm. When they come to us, we're their first experience in organized sports. Mm-hmm. The first time they wear a uniform, the first time they're with other guys like themselves. So it's an important part of life. Most of us go through this at some point or another, even whether we like it or not. Yeah. Everybody plays some kind of sport as a kid, and we give our guys that chance too.
How have these sporting activities improved the lives of the people that you work with?
It can lead, in the case of some of our guys, to being members of national teams in the Paralympics. We have several of our students this year are candidates for the under-19 World Championship team in goalball. One of our graduates was a member a few years ago. So they also travel all over the country. In December, Felix was in Florida with me with the goalball team. They make friends with kids all over the United States. It's a unique experience.
What's your best sport, Felix?
I've been on the wrestling team the longest, so that's my best.
You've been wrestling since K-School?
Since I was in 6th grade.
Oh, okay. You do it well.
I'm in 11th right now. So.
You do it well? We have a mat over there on the floor. We're gonna put. We're gonna get one of the guys. Maybe get the young man in the stand over here in our audience, and just pin him down. But it has helped you a lot in your life.
Yes, it helped me it motivated me to keep going and not quit, and it also is a way for me to, like, let's say I have a rough day. It gives me a way to take out my anger without hurting anybody badly.
See, that's the young man right there. He's going to wrestle you right inside the break, okay? It only take a minute. He said he doesn't need more than a minute. That's wonderful. And you have a wonderful sports award ceremony coming up.
Right, every year to sort of end the year, we award all the children who've competed during the year trophies for their sports. Everybody gets a trophy for participating on a particular team, plus they're our most valuable player, rookie of the year, and coaches can give individual awards to recognize a kid who may not be the best player on the team, but is your perfect competitor. Comes every day, works as hard as they can, whether they play a lot or not. They're there and they have enthusiasm.
And what makes this work for you in your heart? I mean, you have to be passionate about the things that you do. What makes this work for you? What makes
Well, there's an incident, someone like Felix now. Felix has been wrestling for 6 years. This year, like, all the dots connected for Felix.
Yeah.
And he went on a winning streak. And he beat, he competes against regular kids in the private schools league. So it's not like he's only wrestling kids with special needs at all. He's up against the mainstream, and this year Felix had an outstanding year. So when you see that, it's very hard.
Felix, all right. Give Felix a big round of applause, everybody. They can hear you. All right, congratulations.
Everything Felix learns, it's through hearing and hand over hand. He doesn't have the advantage of sight, where he can see what you're the concept you're trying to teach. He has to process everything a little more. It's a little more difficult, but like I said, this year it's all connected for him.
Felix, what is the unit that you're using right now in your lap?
This is called the Braille Note. It's a computer that enables me to produce regular size print documents for people who can't read Braille. And it's very handy in that it's a calendar, it's a calculator, it reads books, it has a built-in dictionary, it has many more things. And this is
Was it more difficult before you received that?
No, because I'm determined to learn, and I just have that.
Just grab it another way.
That
right?
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back when I started and they didn't have this technology, kids were going home with like 2 backpacks full because Braille books are big to begin with. So this is really eased their life in a sense. He can take all his notes on there.
Yeah. You have a young man by the name of George Caligo?
He was our guest speaker at the Sports Awards, and he's paraplegic who competes in triathlon. And he has a program called Wheels of Progress. And he spoke to the kids, try and motivate them, get them excited, and, congratulate them.
Yeah, yeah. Felix, how is it working with the people who are competing just like you?
Like the people on my team, or wrestling against other people?
Yeah.
Well, I work well with with a lot of people, but the thing about me is I'm not the fastest learner in the world, but I'm at practice every day. I work hard every day. I don't complain at all, and
you get the job.
It doesn't matter how challenging it is. I'm going to give it the best shot that I could give it and just hope for the best, and if not, just move on to the next challenge.
Beautiful, wonderful attitude. You also instill that in them also, Coach.
I think his mother gets a lot of credit for that too, but yeah, he's there's a reason we brought him, because he's the best of what we do.
Yeah. What's next for the Institute for Special Education?
Now we hit testing. Regents testing.
Uh-oh,
Felix has got 3 coming. But we're at our end of the year time now. After the test, we wrap it up and we have graduation. For our 8th graders. A lot of our kids go to work for the summer. And then in September, we have a summer program for the younger grades for 6 weeks. We also run a camp for children who don't necessarily go to the school from all over the city.
And you've been in existence for about 180 years.
We're celebrating our 180th year.
Wow. You got alumnus come by and participate and continue to work with you?
Many, yeah.
Many?
At our gatherings, they come along and enjoy the time that they had, and it just brings back memories. I have to start preparing for when I leave here.
You'll be coming back and giving your speech, Felix.
It's not going to be easy to, leave after being here for 11 years, but I'll come back and over again and remember the times I had here.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Coach, you have this sporting activities event. Do you have people coming down, press coming by to cover it?
We get some coverage from the local news, and once in a while, one of the 247 will come by.
Yeah, you have to get our BronxNet team to come by.
They do. I've been interviewed by BronxNet over the years. Yeah, they've been a good, they've been a supporter of us.
Wonderful. How can more people find out about the Institute?
Okay, we have a website, nyise.org, and everything you need to know about us. You can see what we do there, if you're interested in coming or getting your child enrolled, how to do it. It's all on the website.
Coach, thank you so much. Felix, thank you too.
Not a problem.
All right, we'll see you again.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. Very interesting stuff. You're always welcome to come back, okay?
Okay.
For more information on the very important institution, please visit, we got to take a break. Please visit that website again that you mentioned.
nyise.org.
There you go. Or do they have a number to call?
718-519-7000.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, we'll meet the stars of the wildly popular talk show, No Offense. But it's airing on BronxNet Channel 67. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this. All right.
Gotta get that. Oh, I must be careful. Well, that's a nice picture.
Come on, Anna.
Okay.
Foreclosure doesn't affect just you. It affects your whole family too. If you've fallen behind on your mortgage, we can help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
Every year, mothers
mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from BLS. Airing every Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. on BronxNet's Channel 67. No offense, but I'm just saying. Features a modern-day odd couple in Anthony Martinez and Eileen Remore. And he's a Puerto Rican Republican who loves hip-hop. Well, she's a Jewish liberal who taps her feet to Barbra Streisand. And here's how, well, they're right here to tell us how they made it work. Anthony and Eileen, we welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How did this happen? There's two opposite poles, two opposite sides of the spectrum here.
Well, we've been friends for years, and our friends would always tell us the two of us should have a show because they couldn't believe that we're such great friends, and so we came to BronxNet and got ourselves a show. Yeah, we're very different, but we love comedy.
Yes.
And so I always knew that Anthony would be a great comedian, and I got him to finally do stand-up.
Yeah, after years of her almost sexually harassing me for years, I finally said, look, this is not going to happen. Just let it go. But I'll get involved on this talk show with you. And we can settle it out. So that's how we made it work.
So you like hip-hop. You like Barbra Streisand.
Worship Barbra Streisand. She's the most important human being ever.
How did you guys come up with the idea for the show?
Well, I guess sort of just that.
No offense, but
well, I came up with the title because we can be offensive sometimes. Actually, Anthony's the more offensive one. He likes to shock me.
Yeah, I like to pretty much say anything that's on my mind and
horrify me.
Exactly, make people uncomfortable with my comedy.
All right, make us uncomfortable a little bit.
It's a little early in the morning. I think it might be too early for.
But we'll play together at night.
I usually set them up. I know the things that are. Exactly. I think a lot of our
friendship. Press this button. Go ahead.
Well, a lot of our friendship mimics my friendship with my brother. My brother did stand up for a while, and I think we have a big his sisters are really fun. I think we mimic our brother-sister relationships.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Did you hear they had something on the news about Sarah Palin this morning? She was talking about Paul Revere.
Oh, that
warning
she thought warning the British.
Yeah.
I don't think Sarah Palin deserves to be talked about, so I make it a point on my show to never say her name because I think that the media keeps building her up by constantly talking about her. But yeah,
I'm throwing it out there. She's a Republican.
Creating
a
fight
here. I love the because you had Donald Trump there for a while.
The only thing about Palin is you gotta love a hot chick with a rifle. That's all I'm really big on.
So you would vote for her based on that?
Possibly. Thank you. Hot chick with a rifle. What's going on? Yeah. And she can see
you guys
Russia.
Are funny.
Yeah. You can see Russia from the backyard.
Yeah. Well, she's not really gonna. She's not really gonna run. She's just it's helping her brand by just constantly staying in the news. Why would she run?
Sure.
She left being governor of Alaska, but she's gonna be president for like 2 years, and then say I'm gonna have a talk show instead. So. Yeah.
How did your show get started?
We took a class here with shout out to Jeffrey Edison. He was our instructor in the fall of 2008. And then and now we have almost 13,000 fans a little over 2 years later.
Beautiful.
Branched out to doing stand-up comedy as a result of it.
And then on June 15th, and we have a little flyer here. I don't know if someone wants to zoom in on this. On June 15th, we're doing our show at Comic Strip Live. We're very excited. Doors open at 6. The show starts at 6:30. It's going to be a cross between our regular show and like a Letterman style show. We have 4 amazing comics. They're each going to do a set, and then we're going to interview them. So we're excited.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So for reservations, call 212-832-1762 and friend me on Facebook, and then I can give you the information.
Friend me on Facebook. I need friends. I'm lonely.
But there's a million Anthony Martinez. There's only one Eileen Renor.
Anthony Martinez.bx. On Facebook, friend me. I'm married.
He got me going, you guys.
He's married.
I'm married. You know the friends I can get. And if you friend me long enough, I may send you a crotch shot. But it'll be an accident. Don't worry about it.
Tell us about some of the topics and guests that are featured on your show.
Well, we recently had Victor Cruz on. You were talking about the East Harlem International Film Festival. And Victor Cruz put the East Harlem International Film Festival together. We had on our show that's going to air next Thursday was Apollonia Cruz, a drag queen, who was fabulous. And she was promoting Bronx Gay Pride, which is July 9th at Cortona Park. We've had the Naked Cowboy, which was very fun.
The Times Square Cowboy. Whoa.
Yes, walking around Layman in his tighty whities and his full-length mink coat.
We've had several comedians.
Yeah.
Mark Vieira from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Gina Brion from the Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah, and some hip-hop artists as well. Curious George, I don't remember Curious George from the olden days. So. And we talk about everything. We just go through the news. I'm usually the day before. I'm a big nerd, so I do a lot of research and just figure out what's the most. Yeah, he just shows up.
I just show up and look pretty.
You just show up.
I say my job is to be opinionated, mildly amusing, and Anthony has to be hilarious. He brings the comedy. I just bring the opinions.
So you're going to do some stand-up, but you get out there also, right?
No, I like to sit down when I'm telling my jokes. Yeah, no, I haven't.
So it's perfect. Tell us some jokes. You're sitting down.
No, you can't do that. You can't say to someone, just be funny. It has to happen organically.
All right, let's set it up.
I should have brought my topics. See, I needed to do my research.
I'll pick a topic. Current events. What do most people joke about?
Well, he just brought up the Anthony Weiner shot thing. That was very interesting.
Right, and the Anthony Weiner, I could, the good thing about the Anthony Weiner thing is, like, if you know if a picture of your crotch is out there. Like, you know that. Like, I know for a fact, there's only 2 people in this world that could possibly have a picture of my penis, and that would be either this girl I was dating a long time ago or her mother that I accidentally sent it to when I thought I was sending it to her via text.
Your wife's going to love that one.
You're in trouble.
It was years ago, before I knew.
You're in trouble. Everybody's saying, where's that penis?
We say penis at 10 o'clock in the morning?
I say Dr. Ruth words are fine.
Okay.
If Dr. Ruth can say it, it's like the slang things that I
well, she talks about penis health and...
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it says, penis health.
Dr. Ruth.
Penis
well, before when you were talking to the fitness expert, you were talking about everything in moderation. So Anthony and I were thinking about the things we like to do in moderation, like heroin, and you like hookers in moderation. Yeah.
Like 3 months, that sounds about 12.
As long as it's moderation, it's fine. Yeah.
Now, when is your show on again? Because
Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Channel 68. We'd love to be on 67, but we're on 68 for now.
We're lucky to be there. This is nice to actually have a crew.
Yeah, this is amazing. Every time we do our show, we're always afraid it's not going to happen this time. It's not going to happen because we don't know who's going to show up.
You got to work the whole thing. You got to run back there. You got to work the teleprompter, and you come back over here. You work the camera. You set everything up, and you do the whole thing, and you're the talent and everything else that goes behind it.
Can I do 2 quick plugs?
Go ahead.
Thursday, June 30th, 8 o'clock at the Bruckner Bar and Grill. I'll be hosting a stand-up show. Please come out, Facebook me, get the info. And actually, on Friday night at 8 o'clock for people who live upstate in Middletown, New York, I'll be performing with Mark Vieira at Southside. So please come out.
Middletown, you're going to get all the offices and fire department up there,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fire department, I'm going. I was going to go for Anthony, but firefighters. Which was actually, it's funny. I'll tell you this one story. So we We have all our clips up on YouTube, and people have liked our clips, but the only compliments have been to our guests. We got 2 negative comments, and one person hated Anthony because of the mean things he said about Princess Diana. Oh. And one, I talked about Sonia Sotomayor, with the case in Connecticut where they threw out a test because they didn't get enough Black and Latino firefighters. And I said I'm all for throwing out the test because Black and Latino firefighters are hot. And I said I want there to be a swimsuit contest. I'm going to judge it. Well, this man wrote on YouTube, he said, I hope a fat, ugly, bearded white man has to drag her ass out of a burning house.
Oh, you guys are creating controversy. What channel was that again?
68, Thursday nights at 6:30.
Let's break it down a little bit. How has it been working with the BronxNet?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's really fun. We actually, today, we had to schedule our show. I hope Kevin gave us the time we need.
No, it's been a great experience to have the freedom and just the opportunity to do something that we love and passionate about. It's a great experience and great feeling.
Yeah, if you could ask me if I could be anything in the entire world, I'd say a talk show host. And because of BronxNet, it came true. So I really
would say stripper for me, but I'm out of shape.
Yeah, good luck.
Channel 68, 6:30, Thursday nights on BronxNet.
And clips on YouTube and be a fan on Facebook.
No Offense But with Anthony and Eileen. Figure out who's who.
No offense.
No offense but.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Gotta come back again. All right.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. You got it happening on BronxNet's Channel 67. Go there and check it out.
68.
68? Well, you want 67 too, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll move us there. Channel 68. Coming up on the other side of the break, we'll fire up the lights for our Music Monday Spotlight with Bronx rapper Armageddon. It's coming up next right after this.
Somebody, if you want to party, say party. Party! Say party! Party! Come on!
My name's Brandon. 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know we'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
You know, when I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, you know, I rap. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. I felt like quitting school. He looked at me dead in my eye, he told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi,
how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Great haircut.
Yeah.
Looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your #1 station for R&B. Catch me on right after the choir song each and every night. The beat goes on and on and on until the break of dawn, because it's time once again for Music Mondays. Let's roll it. Bam! Bam! And this week's Music Monday shines on a founding member of the Terror Squad. Well, where he performed alongside Fat Joe, Keith Nutt, and the late, great Big Pun. Now he's here to show why he's so proud to represent right here in the Boogie Down BX. He's here to perform Armageddon. Give him a big round of applause. Ho!
Yeah. This joint right here, this is my new record. It's called Send My Love. Yo, it's basically dedicated to the fans and supporters and to my uncle that's locked down.
Mr. Robert Ludlow.
Turn that up a little bit, bro.
Everybody who supports the kid and everything he's done. I love y'all.
Yo,
some nights I close my eyes and try to revisit showing 50 years of age in prison. And the system's like a million miles away. Who's gonna take that mission? And the board don't relate or listen. It's been 20-something years since they gave you your sentence. And the graves in your beard show your pain and repentance. It's not fair, but maybe next year they'll bless you. I know it feels good to hear word from your nephew, like you should. The rule is everything that you warn me of. So we keep the snakes in my corner, stand like a warrior. I know they shit you downstate and it's hard to adjust, but chill, just have faith in your heart and just close your eyes and meet me in the astral planes. We'll ride the skies and you can fly out of your chains. Spread your wings and fly away from the pain, far away from the resentment and shame.
Yeah, so the joint was basically dedicated to my uncle who's locked down. He's been locked down pretty much my whole life. Last time I seen him, I was like 7 years old in the street. You know what I mean?
This is how I show love.
But the second verse is dedicated to my fans and my supporters. This verse is dedicated to the fans and supporters, the doubters and the haters, exactly in that order. Been going on the haters, but I'm back like transporters, making songs, making paper, traveling across borders. Don't ask me why it took so long to put out a song. Got a million reasons, homie, the list goes on. But fear was 1, 2, my spirit died with pun. 3, I couldn't see beyond the heathen I become, and that was dumb. So I apologize to y'all for slacking on the bars, wasting talent at the bar, drinking, thinking it's nothing but violence type of thoughts. Broken wings sinking, trying to hide them when I walk. And I ain't never knew just how much it affected you. When I was going through it, y'all was feeling it too. But I'm back now, matter of fact, who's looking back at the past now? So with this track, I get back sending my love.
You know that word love is,
you know the word love, it's not an easy word for me to say.
That word.
You know, I might say I love food or something. I might say I love women or something. But it's hard for me to say when I love somebody.
Music or something.
I have to truly really love you, you know what I mean? And this is my way of sending my love.
Showing my love.
Through song.
Through song.
Yeah. Armageddon, JettyMusic.com. Dr. Bob.
Yeah. Armageddon in the house. Woo! That's how you do that. Let's see if we can back up here. We can get in the light. Look. Ha! There we go. That was good, man.
I'm used to being up in the people's face.
Yeah, me too. Let's go out here. Let's go out here.
Shows we in their face.
Yeah, that's how you do it. No. It's just that I wanted these spots on, but they're back here. So how is it working with the Big Pun and Fat Joe and all these wonderful people?
I mean, it was an honor, man. It was an honor. It was an experience. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. I wouldn't trade anything for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't pan out the way it was supposed to in the end. Yeah. Boy, like I said, I wouldn't do it different at all. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, we all gather all the information and all the know-how from all the people that we grew up with.
Yeah, Point kept us on our toes.
Oh,
man. Yeah. Kept everybody on their toes. You know what I'm saying?
The Terror Squad, man.
Yeah, it's hard to find a worthy opponent now when you jump on the record with somebody. You know what I mean? Pun was pretty much a worthy opponent, and he, you know, we exchanged friendly fire all the time. He made you step your game up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so it was, you know, shout out to Big Pun.
That's a good thing.
Rest in peace. You know what I mean? But I left the Terror Squad in 05. You know what I mean? I've been doing my thing since then. And that's pretty much what this song was based on, is me giving back to the fans and explaining to them why it took me so long to come back and, you know, what I've been going through. You know what I mean? And show my appreciation for them holding me down the whole time I've been gone.
Yeah. So what are some of the things you've been going through?
Pretty much struggling with the game itself. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first came into the game, I loved hip hop. But then when I realized it was a business, it destroyed me. It was like, yo, this is a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you get disappointed, you know, and you kind of lose your spirit and your passion. And, you know, and you just become a drone, you know?
So what do you tell young people that are looking to get in this business? Because a lot of people just want, you know, bragging rights. Yeah, I signed with such and such. I got a deal. I got a contract.
Nothing.
But
That means
things that they don't know about.
You can get a contract and that means nothing. Your album could get shelved. You know what I mean? You can get a $1.5 million. You're not gonna get the deal, period. But if you did get a $1.5 million deal, that means nothing. That's like people go around bragging, oh, such and such got $1.5 million. Means nothing. That's $1.5 million budget. Right. You probably got $50,000 and you had to pay 15 to your lawyer and 20 to your manager. You know what I mean? So you left with nothing.
Yeah.
It's a joke, man.
You go out and spend all that, then you still owe it.
You still owe it. You still owe it. But my thing is, you got to understand business when you come into it, man. When you come into it as an artist, you'll hate the game when you find out it's business. But if you come into it with a business mind and understand what it is, it starts to make sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because people complain about, well, why is the artist only getting 60 cents on an album sold when the label gets, you know, the whole $18 or $9 or what have you? And it's because they put up the money. Yeah. And in business, anybody who puts the money up owns the largest has the biggest ownership. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it just is what it is. You have to learn. You have to understand business.
So you understand it a lot more now. So you're gonna do things differently now.
Way differently. Yeah, way differently. I mean, we started from the ground up. You know what I mean? It's not like the '90s where '90s I can call up any label and say, y'all want a deal, and they're like, yeah, come on, come through. Now it's a whole different game. They're not giving deals out to anybody unless you could prove you have a track record and you could prove that you're marketable and you can sell records.
Yeah. So it's going more like to independent where people used to sell stuff
out of their trunk. It's back to where it started.
Yeah,
it's back to where it started. You know, it's back to the MC Hammers and the Hot Boys and Master P. It's just selling. You got to sell it straight directly yourself.
That's my cousin,
you know
MC Hammer.
Oh yeah. Stop playing. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah.
So what's happening now? What are you getting into now?
I did an EP called The Journal Volume 1 and Rebirth, and I threw that out for free. It was only about six songs. Yeah. And then with me throwing that out for free, it ended up getting picked up by a distributor. So then we added 3-4 more songs to it and put it out into stores. So it just hit stores last week, and we sold out. I think we were in 20 stores, and we sold out like 15 stores already.
That's what's up.
You know, so we pretty much like recapturing the original TS audience. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people that know of me but haven't heard from me in a while. Now they're like realizing, oh snap, he's back.
Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are.
Man, GettyMusic.com. GEDDY.
Who are some of the people that you're working with right now? To help you accomplish
up and coming people. I mean, I got a team. I got Tyler Resnick, TJ Griffin, Joanne Coleman, Alex Montes. You know, I have a team of business-minded and driven people that believe in my music and believe in the vision, and we're going hard, man.
All right. Well, take us out with one more, all right?
We don't even have. We don't have. Everything else is dirty. We have one clean version.
All right. Well, just when you get to that part, just hope.
Oh man, we couldn't even do that, man.
All right, Armageddon, everybody. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Tell everybody where we can get your record and all that stuff.
GettyMusic.com, GEDDY music.com.
All right.
Fatbeats.com. It's all over the net. Amazon.com, everywhere.
Performing anywhere?
We got something coming up soon. Not till July. We got stuff in
We'll just go to the website and check it out. You post it up there, right?
For sure.
All right. Armageddon.com?
Yeah.
All right.
Armageddon.
All
right, bro.
Thank you so much. Armageddon, everybody. Give another big round of applause. All right, that's all the time we have for today's show. Many thanks to all of our guests for stopping by, and of course you, the viewer, for tuning in every Monday. Make sure you stay tuned for this Wednesday with Darren Jaime. He's going to take you to a whole new experience with politics and all that stuff. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. You can catch me on right after the Quiet Storm each and every night on WBLS. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let your choice control the choosing. For all of us here at Bronx, said have a beautiful and wonderful day. Armageddon in the house. Catch you later.
Break it down, I lay a nigga down, chopper, break it down.